What's going on, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy RD, off the Brink TV, bringing you another video. So this is going to be a tutorial series, actually, and for the much requested, what am I using in terms of, I guess, layup packages, dunks, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go through what I think is the best of the, well, there's going to be kind of two parts. What I think are the best dunks so far, what I'm doing more of in-game dunks. Not talking about the trick stuff. The trick stuff, you can do whatever you want. Like, you know, the fast break all by yourself dunks. You could go crazy with those. But what I think is the best, kind of carried over from last year, you know, some changes with the dunks and what I think will be the best for in-game, in-traffic type of situations, you know, cutting from a pick and roll, that type of thing. But when I go into the size ups, which I want to talk to you a little bit about, I want to show you how you can not only execute the size ups properly, like use them properly, but how they go together with layup packages and how you can actually become your own kind of a specific player. For example, matching your Kyrie Irving size ups and layup packages and how you can mesh those together, because they have their own signature style. If you're talking about the layup here, it has its own style more than you think. It has its own style, trust me. So first, let's start with the easy stuff. Let's go into the dunks just to show you what dunks I'm doing. Jump shot, if you guys don't know from the other video, is 116 normal. Release time normal. Free throw, which I really like this free throw. Love it, actually. I'll show you what number is it. Free throw number 46. Now here are the dunks that I'm rocking with and I think are awesome. Under the basket, these under the baskets, you can mess around with those, whatever, but I'm using the athletic one-handers off one. I'm using the quick drops off one, which we did not have last year, which is an awesome addition, and I'll show you how that works really nicely. Quick drops off two. Straight arm tomahawks carried over from last year. Redone animation, looking sweet. Cock back tomahawks carried over from last year as well. And quick drop back scratches. You know how I love those from last year. Even more explosive this year. Clutch reverse off 1 and 2. These are nice because they also give you a free baseline dunk. And also you could do what I'm doing with the trick dunks, windmills off 1, leaning windmills, because you know I love those. Probably going to mess with the 360s later on. Some of this stuff is not unlocked, but as you can see, I've tried some other dunk packages here, like the hangs off 1 and things of that nature. I don't like, these have not changed at all, and I don't like them. In comparison to how well the other dunks that have the upgraded animations are, I do not like them. And even the sidearm tomahawk, I did not like really the animation, because you know me, it's going to be a mix of what looks pretty and what's going to work. See, these sidearm tomahawks, there's nothing new about it. It's the same old. You float a little more. There's a little more of a float there, but nothing too crazy. We might as well buy it for 100, right? Try it out, but whatever. So let me show you why I like these dunks, because you have a good mix here. And my favorite new addition is actually the quick drops off 1. So if you're coming up and you use your two-hander, woo, you're going in with a back scratch, either the quick drop off the 2, the quick drop back scratch, or you're gonna go up for the quick drop off 1, like right there, and it looks really nice. Usually he does a little more of a wrist snap or elbow break there. Let's see if we can get him to do it. There we go. Look how sweet that looks. You're coming in traffic. You're coming off the pick and roll, or you got a one-on-one. You break around him. You want to mix it up. You're going up strong just like that. Probably going to draw the foul, and you're not going to risk getting blocked or losing the ball. So those are the dunks that I'm using right now. But let's jump right over to the size ups. Now, as you know, the regular size up don't take too much into account, because you know I switch these up and I play around with them. I'm actually messing around with number 76 right now. But I want to show you two combinations I'm working with right now that I really like. It's because I like to combo these size ups with the player. My escape is Kobe because it just gives a lot of space and allows you to go right into a crossover from it. But the inside out I'm using Crawford right now, which is an extremely popular one, and because it creates so much space, you can see why it's so popular. But check this out. I'm using the Kyrie Irving size up cross coupled with Kyrie Irving's layup package, and it works extremely well together. First of all, the reason why I like this size up cross is obviously not only because it gets you into a crossover extremely nicely, which I'll show you right now. So, you do size up and then you just cross right over. So it's got a nice crossover. But what it also does is create a ton of space if you want to take that mid-range. Buckets. So let's say you're inside the arc, you catch him reaching, you're doing this move, boom, you get yourself a jump shot, low in the shot clock, whatever you got to get your shot off, you want to just create some quick space. But also you have the same type of space created with Crawford's. Crawford's even faster. I mean, his is almost like a cheat, no? So you can either use these to go into a crossover, stop, whatever the case is, up for your layup, beautiful. But now, what they did this year is they added to the layup packages some more. So not only do you have their regular layups, but you also have things like their floaters. Your floater will change based on the package you choose. So when you're crossing, you got that feeling, what better to go with than a Kyrie Irving layup, because his size up crossovers match with what his layup should be. I mean, these are based on what his actual emotions are in real life. So they're going to go together. So you're creating space, you're going to go inside, you're going to do a little fake with his layup package, and it's really going to help you get around a big. Now, it doesn't seem like they go together much. What's the big deal? Oh, you could do any mix-up of the size-ups you want. And you're right, you can, and you could invent your own style, but you see it more with Stephen Curry's layup package and his size-up cross. And let me show you that, because that's another combination I like to mess with as well. So if we go over to Curry, choose his layup package, because he's got a very unique layup package. You have to actually learn how to use his in order to be as efficient as possible with that. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But if we go over to Curry's size-up cross, okay, which I really like as well, it's more of a ball handling cross. Now, we know Kyrie Irving is greatest ball handler in the league, him and Curry, right? So, his definitely is nice for crossing over and ball handling. But when you finish with his layup, it's going to be more of a slash, because that's what Kyrie is, a mid-range shooter and a slasher, right? He's a slashing point guard. Curry's more of a shooter and a floater kind of guy, right? So let's try that. Let's try using Stephen Curry's behind the back, mix it with another behind the back, spin, and then floater. But look at what happens there. His floater happens much quicker and a lot further out. Let's try doing a layup. Now notice the position of when he starts the layup, right? So we do a little stop, crossover, jump shot, right? More of a shooter's approach. Now let's do the layup. Spin move, layup. Look at where he stops to start that layup and get it over the big man. It's not so much of an attack. So when you are inside, your ball handling like this, you might not want to go right into a cross and cut, where Kyrie's is more of, it puts you back and you can actually slash off of the crossover. His is more of a setup. So you can drop back here. It gives you space outward, so you could shoot, use that size up to set yourself up for a three. Watch how it pushes you back a little bit. But then you have the continuation off of the size up right here towards the end of it, and you could cross this way and do your little inside out, do your little step back in the paint, which all has to do with anything that happens in the paint, pretty much has to do with his layup, unless you're talking about post moves. So they kind of go with each other. They don't go with each other super importantly where you have to use them together, but it makes sense to actually try to work off of their own crossovers and then couple it with their layups, because it's going to set you up properly for their next move. Again, look at where I am. Space, spin move, floater way out here. Whereas Kyrie Irving's, you're doing that going right into the crossover, slashing your fake and whatnot, and then driving to the basket, faking out your big man that way. Again, we could do this, cross right over, layup way up. He's starting his layup way early and throwing it high. So that's what I think about with the layups and coupling them with the size ups. For crossover, I'm actually using crossover 18, the same from last year, because we get that sham guard action. So same thing as last year, only this time what you're doing is you're holding the right modifier. So if you're driving forward, hold right on the right analog stick. Hold the right analog stick up while holding the right trigger down, and he'll do his sham guard, and you could turn that into a cry. I wish they would let you go back and drive like you are in a fast break. I hate that the camera keeps changing like that. It's super annoying. So anyway, you're driving. You could turn this into a crossover outward, then go to your step back jumper and buckets. So I'm still using that crossover. And what I'm using for my step back and dribble pull up is interesting as well. Still using number 13, I think it is. No, 12 for the dribble pull up, same as last year, because I like the leaner it gives to, and I like that extra step inward. It's the best one in my opinion. But the hop jumper I'm using for the step back is normal 7. I really like the flow of it. They changed up all the step backs this year, and they have such nice motion to them. I just wish that they would improve the shot probability off of them, but really nice, really natural, really easy to get your timing right for your jump shot off of them, unlike last year. So that's what I'm using for my size ups, my signature moves, and that's what I think about, layups and tying them in with your size ups. What combination are you guys using? Definitely share them in the comment section below. I'm still experimenting with so much stuff. Game, if you think about it, hasn't been out that long, so I'm definitely still experimenting and really interested in hearing what you guys are pulling out. But right now I'm really liking mixing it up, either going with Curry's or Kyrie Irving, and then using that to attack the rim as they would, coupled with their layup package. I mean, just look how quick. Look at the difference. It really makes you feel like you're a different kind of player when you tie them together. In and out. Right there. In and out. Crossover. Floater. Quick. Right over. Really, really liking the feel of these size ups and layups. Guys, what do you think? Hit that thumbs up if you like this episode, if it helped you out. I know you guys have been wanting me to show you what I'm using or what I'm playing around with, so let me know what you think by hitting that thumbs up as well, and also hit that red button if you haven't already. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one, gameplay tomorrow. Peace!